Welcome to the Cash Dash overview. Here I'm going to explain all the main sections of the Cash Dash in order of relevance. The first column on the left is the monthly schedule. I've set it to start at January by default, but if you were taking this course in July, for example, you should change the first month to July, then click the bottom right corner of the cell and drag the selection box down to the last cell. The software will automatically update the cells to the correct months for you. The next section in the top middle is the expenses schedule. I've represented most of the major expenses a person will have and included additional columns for miscellaneous. Any of these categories can be changed. For example, if you do not have medical expenses, then you could change that to violin lessons or textbooks, or any other expense you may have. The grid is entirely customizable, so spend some time and organize it in a way that covers every major expense. The miscellaneous categories are great for managing smaller items that are infrequently purchased, such as cleaning supplies and household items. It can also cover the unforeseeable. Sometimes things need to be repaired or replaced. It's good to budget for that as well. The section on the top right is the income, balance, and forecast section. In the income column, enter the income you expect to make for the month. If you don't know your income, give it your best guess, but as a rule of thumb, always estimate income on the low side and expenses on the high side. If you end up making more or spending less, you will be rewarded when your balance exceeds your forecast. This is a very good feeling. The balance column is where the Cash Dash creates its predictions for current and coming months. I will explain this section in detail when we go over it later. The forecast column is filled out manually by yourself once the Cash Dash is set up for the year. It is based on your initial predictions and will serve as a guidepost in the coming months. Not all predictions survive the reality of the future. However, it is important to have a measuring stick in hand to see how close your forecasts come. The ideal column is another place to record your predictions. This column represents a best case scenario. You can consider it a personal challenge to exceed your original forecast. Do not despair if this prediction does not come true. It is very difficult to exceed the original forecast, provided all the information you have entered is accurate. Directly below is the recurring expenses section. This area serves as a notepad for you to manually track your monthly payments. I like to list all my monthly bills, how much they cost, and when they need to get paid by. That way I never forget to pay on time. I also like to set up automatic payments through my checking account, so all I really have to do is check to make sure they go out on time. It's a good idea to check the due dates on your credit card payments every month. They can change by a few days depending on how long the month is, and you really don't want to get dinged for late payments. We'll go into more detail later. The section in the middle bottom is your account section. This serves to keep track of all your various accounts. I have provided columns for checking, savings, and multiple credit accounts. We will fill these out together in another lecture and explore customization options. Immediately to the left of the account section are your assets columns. In the liquid section, this is where you tally your cash, coin, checks, gift cards, and other items that are cash or as good as cash. Below that is the hard assets section. This is where you can track your items of value. These are things that have value but aren't easily converted into cash. You can list things like vehicles, stereo equipment, jewelry, etc., etc. It isn't a vital component of the Cash Dash, but it may be reassuring to track your assets either way. Finally, the section below the monthly schedule on the far left are little information boxes that I like to customize for my own use. I find it very handy to know my immediate net balance and liquid balance and credit available. You can customize these information boxes for your own use, and I'll show you some examples of how to do this later on in the course. This concludes the Cash Dash overview.